Zach Orr, man.
Yeah, matter of fact, I gotta give a shout out to Zach Orr because I was on you, bro. I was like, get this man out of here early in the season. I'm not one of those to cop, please.
I wasn't there with it. I was just like, he got his growing pains.
When that secondary was looking like barbecue chicken,
we were just nervous, but I wasn't saying get him out because I was rooting for him, yo. I was like, please, just turn it around.
And I was wrong, so I retract that statement. I want to say, Zach.
Coach Chuck Smith, man. He was going through his interview process, just interviewing and taking questions and stuff like that from the media. And the last question was just, I think it was in reference to Zach Orr and this and that. And he was like, and I love to see how he did it. He's like, oh, I was waiting. I was hoping somebody would ask me about him. He said, man, Zach Orr is the guy.
Yeah.
Is the guy, man. He was like, it ain't, we know, and I love how he said, we brought all these, we brought a person in here and there, because remember, we bringing this guy in to help out, I think it was DPs and all,
Yeah,
he was like, we brought these guys, and he said, and that was, good, he was like, but Zach Orr, even with Harbaugh and everything, everybody collaborating, he was made the changes, he stayed 10 toes down, he stood up in front of everybody when everything was going left, and he was like, I call him the young, he wanted to say, the young guy in charge. But he was like, because he's like, he's younger than us by a little bit, a very little bit. But and
he has to be happy because the voids that we had defensively, contingent upon health, it looks like we filled the problems from last year. Because as long as really, I hate to harp on it, but if Marcus Williams and Brandon Stevens weren't there, we might have honestly won a Super Bowl, to be honest. It could have been that real. You feel me? Because, we wouldn't have lost no games. We probably would have been...
It could have been...
it would have been crazy, yo.
The Buffalo probably would have had to come to the bank. It's hard to say, because KC only lost one game, So, it's hard to go only lose one game a year. But
we
definitely would have had at least 2 to 3 more wins.
2 to 3 more wins, yo.
Yeah, I mean, home all the way, at least into the AFC Championship. And, know how it goes. But he was just talking so highly of him. He was like, man, he stood in front of y'all every week and answer the question. We saw he kept it real. We need to do better. He was accountable, but you could tell he was thinking. Mm-hmm. That's why I was like, I'm not trying to say I was like, just give him, because he's still young, yo. Give him some time, because I was like, I like the stuff he talking, but he stood there, he took himself accountability. It wasn't like he was just like, oh, let me just get through this. He was talking, stood there. They made changes, things happened, and by the end of that year, yo, the defense was much better, yo.
They look great. They look really good.
Yeah, the only issue was just getting more turnovers, man. Especially
and just that, like you said, that frontline pressure that we hoping that Mike Green could fill with the because some of those plays, who was it that got with us that just killed me and grinded my gears? Garner Minshew, bro. Oh, yeah. He should have got sacked 10 times that game, and it was this close to a sack, and he throws a little 5-yard dump that turns into 15 unnecessary yards, bro.
I swear, I know the Bills game technically has to be because of the stakes and just the stuff that happens in the beginning, but definitely at the end. But other than that, yo, I keep saying it, yo. That Raiders game,
tough, yo, tough.
And there was a lot of annoying games, quite a few annoying games, but that game bothered me so badly, yo.
Yo, and then, to be honest, I didn't even want to record the part after that because I was so pissed. I was like, I can't believe this.
Oh my gosh! And then
these guys.
I think what also made it so bad was that was the same game where I was like, I've never been to a game where everybody for almost the entire quarter, the third quarter, because it was so hot, was inside the corridors
because
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I remember you and Brandon and Rich.
And we got the extra water because they sold the water. They had to sell the large water.
M&T Bank, yo, y'all expanding and building a stadium on the stadium. Make sure it's enough water for y'all people when it's hot.
They had to pull out the large water from the suites. I know they wasn't supposed to pull out, yo. Yeah. And it wasn't supposed to be sold for that, but it's because he was like, the thing messed up. We just gonna sell it, basically sell it to you for regular price, yo. Yeah. And that was clutch to whoever that was in that sector who sold that water, because they was not supposed to pull those bottles of water out, but it was mad clutch. But anyway,
they saved lives, yo.
Yeah, no,
you be on the beer and stuff, and people wasn't eating, so and you out in that heat.
We went to the tail goat whatever before that too, so it was already feeling. Yeah. So it was a good day, even with that law. But that was the most. Oh my gosh, Devontae. But anyway.